Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Season 8. Get up and get loud. It's game day. It's time, and we've got a banger to start us off with a team that's pretty hot right now, the Pittsburgh Knights.
Yes, the Pittsburgh Knights. Good showing at Montreal, to say the least.
The best. Actually, technically the best showing
exactly.
at DreamHack Montreal.
Exactly. It was a great win for the Peeps, and it was phenomenal to see the crowd and everyone get behind them and see them step up to the plate and perform on such a big stage. But I am one of the few who's not as sold on the Knights as everybody else. I remain a little too skeptical.
Beating G2 and beating Vitality to get there wasn't enough to sell you on the Knights. In DreamHack of all places. Single elimination. Why not? Why don't you believe in the Knights?
Live environment is one thing. You know, it's easy to get caught up and amped up and live in that moment so much. A lot of people crack under that pressure. A lot of people thrive under that pressure. It depends. But this is where, it stops being the sprint in that quick day 3 in the single elimination and the tension. Now you've had a few months to sit back and sort of bask in the victory. And I don't know if they're going to have anywhere near the same level of effectiveness in the online arena.
So they're too cooled off at this point.
Too cooled off,
okay.
Man. It's not happening.
Have they managed to keep themselves on a simmer? We'll find out. But we also want to talk about their opponents here. Ghost Gaming. There's a large roster change for them. Lethamyr has been the staple, the anchor of the Ghost roster for many seasons now. He's out. Atomic's in. Thoughts about this change?
I like Atomic. I mean, as they alluded to on the desk, the dude's a phenomenal talent on the pitch. He brings a lot of mechanical skill, and we've seen teams that have mechanical wizards, such as, Vitality with Scrub Killer, Justin on NRG, people who can open doors, Squishy on Cloud9. Anyone who can get opportunities to score is a boon to the roster. I like Atomic.
Well, we'll see. We'll see if they're able to have a better start here in Season 8 than they did in Season 7. Ghost actually had a doubleheader in the beginning of Season 7, went 0-2 to start the season. So being able to start on a win would be a nice solidification that Atomic was the correct choice. And I'm very curious to watch Atomic play, as Lethamyr was a player. He was a team captain. He was the driving force on here's how we play, here's the definition of what we're going to do. Atomic is going to make this roster more flexible, but is that good? We'll find out as we're about ready to get into game number 1. There we go, jumping on to the pitch. Starting on DFH, as is tradition, we will have the Knights in the orange, have Ghost in the blue. To start us off in a best of 5. The beginning of the North American Season 8.
Let's do it.
Aleutian keeping this high. His teammates falling back. His gyro will look to send it back down to Reddles. Puts it right onto his hood. And rockets it towards the corner. Now missed in on the clear. And Memory looks to play it out of his own back third. There in the lofting. Atomic actually leaves it now for Memory onto the back wall. The defense is still grounded. Here comes Aleutian to put it back above the box. A double commit from the Knights. Atomic up to try and get one last pass in. Memory's looking for it, but it's a bit high, and Reddles will find it clear.
And Memory is actually going to be the player that I am most curious about on Ghost. I mean, I feel like I have a pretty decent understanding of how Atomic and Aleutian will approach, but I feel like, as you said, it's a massive roster change, but here's a great pass up to Atomic and a second chance for Ghost.
He's able to keep it away from the defense. And now Aleutian passed one, put it back into the corner, and Mist will clear it long ways. So Memory out to Atomic. Back in towards Aleutian. Mist sends the shot up for 90. This defense is there. They hold. The Knights do not get their first goal of Season 8.
Quick transition as well. Tough ball for Mist and nicely handled, but close call there for Ghost Gaming.
Certainly.
And again, that's that classic quick counterattack from the Pittsburgh Knights that we saw so many times at Montreal.
They got the drop down. Now moving back in, Atomic towards the side. Gyro will play it away. Memory's got control. Aleutian's behind him, hoping to clean this up. Reddles with a miss on the wall. Can Memory find this pass? No, couldn't do it backwards. A double commit on defense there to actually pinch the ball outwards. It's going to work out well as Reddles gets a demolition onto one. Lost it, gets a bump onto Memory. This opens up a lot of space, but Atomic's there. And that very incandescent, glowing dominance he's got.
And Ghost doing a nice job making sure they don't let anything really get too far over their heads, because they know that counterattack will come at you pretty quick. And they're making sure that they have the space and they can approach and make sure they have a layered defense. You even saw Atomic right there. He pushed forward a little bit just to force the hand while Memory was behind him. Nice pass back, but a little too close.
It was a good pass. I think Memory was actually maybe just a bit too far upfield to err on the center field player. Now Memory putting it high again. Passed, missed, but managed just to pinch it off the ceiling, send it away. So we're 2:48 left to go in this game. Nobody on the board just yet. And I just love Atomic's car here.
It It is a pleasing color palette to look at. But really, Knights not able to muster up the demos, which was really another big key factor that they had a lot of success with in Montreal. The quick counterattacks countered with the great pressure on the last man was what really opened the net a lot. They haven't had much success here versus Ghost.
Reynolds demolished while trying to look for a demo himself in enemy territory. Now a pass from Memory to Atomic. A nice placement, but Atomic not quite able to reach it. Memory will have a bit of space. Gets a pass two. Looks for the bumps. Illusion will send the shot.
Oh, he got
still
it.
Saved by Gyro. What a play. See Reynolds make the counterattack now. Memory with a miss. Illusion tries, but Reynolds just runs the interference again. Well, the Knights, they have not managed to score. They definitely get the highlights saved so far of game one.
It was Gyro again. He was making big stops as well as Montreal. So despite, a few questions about how he handles the nerves, Gyro able to make a big stop in game one and keep things locked at 0. But Ghost definitely getting the better of the offensive since the start of the game. It opened up with a lot of Knights, and now we're getting a little bit of Ghost.
Oh. Attempt from Illusion. Not going to quite sneak it past. Now Memory laying by himself up onto the wall, stopped by Mist. He brings us back down. Illusion will fly up, run interference, stop it in the midfield, and Atomic tries to take over. Gets the pass out to Memory. Nice midfield pass plays, but they're not going to be able to advance at all. And now a midfield shot from Gyro. He's saved by Atomic. Memory will get a piece of this one. Back into the corner. Gyro down the edge. Illusion on the wall, thinks about it. He leaves it for Memory.
Nice cover up for Memory there. That wasn't exactly the most well-handled ball on the retreat by Ghost, but again, that contingency plan they've got. Atomic's come up with a couple of uncharacteristic misses. Has not been playing particularly well in this game one, I know.
But so far, it hasn't really hurt them as the Knights have been respecting the pass inwards. Memory looks for the sideline shot. And now another pass back in, this one over the top of Atomic. It'll be off to the side. Mist is there. He's able to punish back into the corner. Now looking for a shot. Reynolds advancing. Two players able to get it up high, and now Gyro into the corner once more. Memory beats him to it. 30 seconds remaining in regulation. No goals yet in Season 8.
That is a little bit about what Gibbs was worried about. Defense won't win you the game if you're Ghost. You gotta get some pressure going here.
17 seconds. It's 3-1. Atomic, a shot from the midfield. Reynolds with the save off the crossbar. Now the pass back out. Looking for one last attempt here. They've got Illusion beat. Only one defender back. It's Atomic. He'll get the first save, but here comes the follow from Gyro. Memory swings in and makes the save. 1 second remaining. Memory gonna just let it touch and go to overtime in the first game of the season.
Very smart from Memory there. Yeah, he could try and push it upfield, but let's not risk it. Let's get everyone back on even footing and take things from overtime.
Atomic past one. Gyro stalls it. Now Illusion to press. Reynolds with a carry. Touch off the wall into the corner. Atomic's got this one cleanly, but here comes the challenge from Gyro. It'll pinch long ways. Reynolds will steal the boost out of the corner as Atomic makes a nice play back towards the box. Mist cleans it high. And then Gyro with a follow. Past Memory. Atomic will make the save to the side. Now Illusion to follow it. Underneath Mist. Still holding on control. Nice touch into the midfield. Gyro's got it though. No advance from the rest of Ghost. And here comes the advance from the Knights.
There was a nice demo there from Mist to keep the ball stuck on this Ghost half, and that means it's going to be a little bit more difficult. Nice counter bump from Illusion there in the corner to see if they could get a little bit of space, but Ghost still looking for possession.
Mist is able to block the shot from Illusion, which was slightly wide. Now Gyro. Through to Reynolds, a nice 50-50. This one's on target. Illusion with space to work. Get it away as a minute comes and goes. Here's Gyro with the shot. Atomic to the edge. Reynolds pass back in. Memory's got the save. Nice and long clear down the field. Atomic's not in position to make use of this as Mist is already airborne. And now here comes Gyro for another follow-up. Illusion's there. The drop down to Reynolds. Save. The defense from Ghost holds on, and now the counterattack back down the field. Mist got it to the side, but Atomic had it ready. Doesn't make contact.
Another miss.
And now Reynolds towards Mist. Can they find Gyro? Can they set him up? The pass across. Gyro's hanging back, playing smart in overtime here. One mistake could lose you the game. Now this one set up in the mid. Gyro actually holds on to it. Has boost to continue on that play.
Ghost ran into each other on their own half as well. This is going to slow down their ability to be on the same page here on the transition.
Mist to the edge. Memory finds a boost, but
nice
is that going to be enough? They're messing with the goalie. Here's Illusion. Gyro's up once more and manages not just to clear it high, but to clear to the side. Excellent play. Under pressure.
Illusion has found a couple of good bumps. Now it's Memory with another one. If they can get one into mid, this will be good.
Reynolds keeps this one out. Now Memory with space. Kind of just lofts it, punts it. Now here's Illusion. So far the positioning from Knights, not been able to get the full clear. And the midfield game really working out for Ghost. Here's an opportunity for Illusion to score. He does, puts it in. The first goal of Season 8 will win Game 1, and Ghosts are on the board.
Finally, Ghost are able to find a hole on the backboard. The Knights have been playing such great backboard defense the entirety of that game, but finally they had to go out and grab some boost, and the guy in the net just doesn't have the time to get better position to deal with that. So a wonderfully placed ball off the backboard from Ghost to get a win there.
2 Domini and a Fennec on the team there. We don't keep track of this, the stats department doesn't, but I would like to know when the last time a team in RLCS won a game without an Octane.
In the RLCS,
yeah.
I'm not sure if that's ever happened in RLCS.
Yeah, I don't know, right? Like it's pretty crazy stuff there. We'll be moving on to Manfield Knight for Game 2, as we have 2 Fennecs on the field. We have 2 Octanes and 2 Dominus. A nice 2-2-2 split in this particular matchup there. The Knights, though, in their debut in the RLCS, looking pretty strong, hanging on with there. I think maybe there were some moments I feel like they almost gave Ghosts too much respect, too much like, I'm anticipating you to hit things that Atomic's making mistakes here. Maybe let's start pressuring him a little bit more, see if we can control the midfield a bit better.
I definitely agree with that. I mean, there definitely was the respect for Atomic, because honestly, that's a touch. Atomic was missing a lot of balls that any player in the RLCS makes repeat day in, day out. So definitely, I would say more an uncharacteristic game from Atomic. I think the Knights were right to play that way.
Especially first game in the RLCS. I mean, it's like don't play cocky.
Exactly. But go into Game 2 and sort of whenever you see Atomic go for the ball, definitely I think lock in on that a little bit more. Maybe be willing to try and take a bit more of a risk, and that'll put Ghost on a lot more pressure, because he did miss a lot of balls, to be fair. And I wasn't, sorry to cut you off, I wasn't particularly impressed with Ghost's placement of the ball coming out of their own half. They didn't have many options on where to put it, and they ended up giving it back to the Knights a lot of times.
Yeah, I was very impressed, though, as we head into Game 2 with Ghost's midfield control in overtime. There was a lot of pressure, not necessarily super deadly pressure, shots, but they had a lot of the control in enemy territory. We'll see if the Knights can find an extended siege at any point here in Game number 2. But I was not disappointed in the Knights' performance.
Yeah, it was pretty locked down, pretty solid. Memory chance to the back post and a nice save from Gyro, so he doesn't seem to have lost any of that defensive capability from Montreal.
The first crazy save we saw, he was being targeted. They were looking for the demo on him, still made the save. Gyro's been playing great on defense as he gets another one near the crossbar, but Tom keeps the pressure on. His pass towards Memory. Reynolds has to play it off his own backboard. Here comes Illusion. The shot is way high. And Gyro will just look to hopefully take control of this. Actually kind of over-anticipated that touch, and Ghost will stay on offense for just a moment.
I actually think Illusion coming up there as the third man and not trying real hard to drill the top right corner of the net there is a good move. It's better to overshoot it wide and pound it off an open backboard than it is to take a shot that you're trying to place too perfectly and miss-hit it and get counterattacked, because he was the last man.
Beautiful transition from Ghost as they are finding each other cleanly right now in Game 2. They have the 1-game lead in the series. The Knights still looking for their first RLCS win. First RLCS goal as well. It was a 1-0 affair in Game number 1. Mist tries to fall. It's not going to work. Now Atomic playing slow, baits up Reynolds, but Reynolds has him red. Now Gyro over the top of 1. Contact to the midfield. Reynolds moves in, plays it onto the wall once more. Looking for the pass, but not going to happen as Atomic is already in the air. Looks to use his flip reset to get a second touch there, but it didn't work. Illusion's got everybody beat in the midfield, though, and that ball will go all the way to the Knights' box.
Already enjoying a bit more of an aggressive stance in the midfield from Ghost. Definitely willing to press forward and try and put some forced errors onto the Knights' defense. But they're doing a great job, the Knights, recognizing that forward positioning and finding a seam to poke the ball through and give themselves more space.
Gyro with a pop, but Memory had him red, and 2 people aggressive in the corner. Means this ball goes back into Knights' territory. It's Atomic airborne. He's got a player in the corner to work with. Illusion will go for it, but gets blocked. Now Ghost.
Nice demo for Mist.
More pressure. A little bit of it relieved by that demolition.
Was a big demo because it was right on the timing where Illusion goes to grab the boost in the midfield. You can see Memory. They're trying to be aggressive. Ghost knows they want to play offense.
They got a double commit out of the defenders as well, but the follow-up was there, and now a bump in an enemy corner on the Knights. Bit of confusion there on the pressure, but they're now in maybe the best position they've been to score yet. Here comes a shot from Mist, but easily cleaned up by the defense. Now Atomic looking for the clear. Past 1. Reynolds has got control of this. He's through Illusion. Memory's there with nobody on him. He's going to be able to get that all the way back down.
That touch upfield from Ghost, they were expecting Illusion to continue to push forward. That was a pass intended for him, but he split off to grab that midfield boost.
Missed with a touch onto Reynolds as it bounced off Memory's hood. Still essentially no shots from Knights in this game. Mist found a demolition, but it doesn't really matter as the midfield's already strengthened back up here for Ghost. That's past 1. A miss for 2. Illusion now onto the side. Gyro tries, gets a bump in midfield. Memory's controlling this. 1:40 left to go. Still nobody having scored 1 goal on the series right now. As Reynolds through 1.
It's dangerous, actually.
Memory in the corner is creating pressure. 2 players on the backboard for Knights. Gyro will take control and dribble it out to midfield. Wins a 50-50 with Illusion on the ground. Atomic has space to work with. Manages to get it past Miss. A nice shot. A follow-up from Reynolds is there,
right,
but Gyro
Illusion,
committed as well. Here comes Illusion. The drop down to Atomic. Gyro's got the save. What a play. Now back down the field. The counter is there from the midfield from Ghost, and they beat Reynolds in the corner again. Ghost right back on the offense.
Ghost really making some wonderful challenges on the ball despite some awkward approaches. But seriously, that was definitely the best goal-scoring chance of the game, and that's an awkward pinch as well for the Peeps. Illusion, they got me for the Knights, I should say, excuse me.
Gyro's past 1, Atomic's over the top of him, misses right there. Nice follow-up, shadow positioning. Now back into the midfield. Less than a minute to play. Here comes Reynolds.
Oh,
Atomic's got it past 2. It's near on target, but Gyro's got it off the backboard again. Out to Reynolds. The transition's there, just a follow-up. They can't find that next touch after they get it to midfield. The Knights struggling to find any scoring opportunities. Solution in the corner, sets it back. Reynolds puts it onto his hood. Nice play to get it back to Miss, but Miss with no boost beats 1. And now Memory again, no boost to work with. He'll go for the slow, the change-up, hits him into the corner. Now Reynolds back in front. Gyro's there. Can he score? Of course he can. It's in, and the Knights have a goal.
Memory did the right thing here, stopping himself to force that flick out of Mist because he knew Illusion was going to make it back, but unfortunately miscommunication there in the corner. Memory needed that boost, and Illusion took it away to try and go for the challenge, and that means just a small gap for the Knights, and they turned it in.
What a setup. Reynolds, I believe it was. No boost, beating 1 player, and then bamboozling the second one. And the Knights have a lead with 14 seconds left. They're going to make it 2 off the kickoff. And Knights look to tie up the series.
Nice play here from the Knights. Memory just not able to get that ball to a teammate and missed. Saw that touch off the ceiling, didn't even think. Went for it, took it away, and that was just poor execution from Ghost.
Knights, we highlighted their kickoffs in the pre-show. Something that they were able to make use of significantly during DreamHack. See how strong it stays here in the RLCS as Game 2 is going to wrap up here. A 2-goal lead with 0 seconds on the clock means the Knights will get their first win of the RLCS and tie up our series at a game apiece.
Nice game here from the Knights. A quick answer. Game 2 very important to get yourself back in the series. And a well-played game, I must say, especially, again, Gyro, 5 saves. The dude, nerves, I mean, he looks locked in on the defensive front, so it's all about how Ghost manages to find those passes and shots. Illusion had a couple of opportunities, granted not in the most advantageous of positions, to be fair, but that second goal from Knights, big insurance goal for them. And unfortunately, Ghost, maybe 1, maybe 2 quality goal-scoring chances, but Gyro just too good.
Yeah, so many of the games that we watched from the Knights of Montreal, they were scoring those insurance goals too, which I think is kind of an undervalued ability in this level of competitive play. You want to be able to get that second goal. It just frees you up to be like, all right, it's fine. We have 1 safety net, and that freedom of mind will just means you'll close out the game much more cleanly than if you're sitting at the 1-goal lead.
Yeah.
Especially because it gives the other team that opportunity to go for just the wackiness at the end of like, let's just keep the ball in the air any way we can, and then that's when disaster can strike. When you're trying to get your first win.
When it gets real crazy.
Yeah.
But it was a well-played game. Honestly, Ghost, I thought, played a great game. The aggression was good. I liked the approach, but the Knights just handled all the pressure, finally broke Ghost down, had a small window to capitalize, and that's what needs to be done in the RLCS. I mean, we talked about it a lot last season. You're going to get a lot of half chances, and the Knights turned in a lot.
Well, they certainly did. We'll start Game 3 off. We're heading on to Utopia. Utopia Dusk. Pinch high. We'll start. The Knights, Reynolds will be able to advance. Still got so much boost to work with. Get this one over the top of 2. Memory waited in goal. He'll make a nice save, but the Knights for the first time, it seems, starting the strong offensive push. Memory will try to hold on to this one, but the ball gets kind of taken off his hood. He'll leave it for Atomic.
They're going for that, either a pinch or a miscommunication play, and this is dangerous. Mist tries to float it above the defense. Reynolds can't put it in between the posts.
Where's Gyro? Mist lofted it for him again. I think he fell all the way back. 3 opportunities, and now the nice corkscrew and play all the way onto the backboard. I think Gyro's feeling pretty good right now.
Gyro will go aggressive because he's got to be feeling good. He's had a good couple of games, but Mist catches it on a dribble. Memory.
Here's Gyro.
And Gyro now second shot. Atomic ready for it.
4:09 of exciting first minute we've had here in Game 3. Memory will win that one cleanly. The first midfield challenge, it seems that Ghost is won outright. Takes 2 defenders to get it away, and Mist actually gets demolished. A momentary 2v3, but Knights have control. Now back down. Mist back into the midfield. Aleutian bumping into his own teammate. He'll keep control of the ball, but for how long? He's kind of outdistanced himself here. Actually manages to get back to it. Now Reynolds just to carry it out to midfield. Gyro onto the wall. Mist with a challenge. Finds the player instead of the ball, and that leaves space for Reynolds. Punts it into the midfield. Atomic will just take a shot. Mist clear to the side.
That is definitely something that I do enjoy about the Knights' approach to the game. They're very good breaking out of their own half, making that first man miss. Beautiful drop down to Aleutian, and a great pass from Memory.
Where was the defense on this as well? As Reynolds got it past one. Gyro was in net, but he went onto the backboard instead, and then kind of gets caught on the crossbar. You stick to it a little bit. Wasn't quite able to get down in time. Well, what could have been an easy cleanup had he just rotated into net, it was made much more difficult because he was on the backboard.
The thing is he goes up onto the backboard because he's expecting Memory's touch to go towards the wall, because he has to approach it from so high up in the air, and he's expecting to be able to play the backboard clear. So it's just Memory taking what's given him.
Oh, interesting play. Missed on the side. I don't think he trusted how much boost he had. Oh my goodness. Gyro, does he have the flip reset? No, he was faking it out there. A nice attempt.
And that's what's scary. It really makes you think on defense when you see a player get right next to the ball and you see the 4 wheels make contact and you go, I'm not sure if he has it or not.
Don't know how to position. Reynolds winning a 2v1 challenge. Memory taking his time to control this ball. We've seen a lot of very slow play in the midfield in the past 30 seconds. Gyro will look for Reynolds. Nice pass play, great block, wonderful read from Aleutian on defense. A difficult play to figure out, and he had that one from the beginning. Now Gyro's touched back down in the middle. Reynolds a bit indecisive in the past 30 seconds here. He'll be back on defense again. And here comes the shot from Atomic. Mist has got to save.
Atomic trying to play on the fact Mist expecting to have to defend the far post. And another great pass, but Aleutian a little bit slow to pick it up means Mist has a lot of time.
Here's Atomic, a punt and a follow. He is baited up one. Can he tuck it in? Oh my goodness,
there we go.
Slips it under the crossbar. What a goal from Atomic.
Now he's locked in. That's a beautiful first touch. A lot of people expecting it to be a dribble or maybe a little stronger towards the wall, but just a beautiful lift to himself.
And we were in between games 1 and 2 being like, when Atomic's got the ball, don't trust him to be able to do anything. The guy's having a rough season. He's like, he hears it's like, okay, cool, let me go for the wacky play that no one's going to expect me to actually successfully pull off.
Now he's settled in.
Yeah, a 2-goal lead, the earliest lead we've seen from any team so far in the series. Ghost is feeling good. Here comes Aleutian with another attack. And a bump and a shot. A Mist rotates in. It's why you rotate, folks. Clean play from the Knights to keep the 3rd goal out. Now Gyro thinks about moving up, but then falls back, leaves it for his teammate, gets called off. A double commit in the corner, leaves that wide open. Memory should be able to slam this home. Oh, Mist rotating back in, finds the crossbar and gets it out. What a play to hold on. They cannot let that 3rd goal go in. That will basically be the nail in the coffin.
Yeah, absolutely. And it really is the Knights not being able to have anywhere near as much success getting past the midfield line of Ghost. They've ironed out a few of those running into their own teammates. Oh, okay, as they do just that. I take it back. I'm sorry.
Can it happen? Oh my goodness, they were in position, but Aleutian rotates cleanly. Now Memory out to Atomic. Does he find the shot? It was nearly there. Beautiful angle.
Nice demo from Atomic means Aleutian has a chance on goal, and he slows it down. So dangerous, but he doesn't get the right flick.
I like the decision from Mist just to tackle. Just go for it. Force him to hit the perfect play, but Memory falls on it. Mist again comes in from the side. They're holding on by the skin of their teeth on the goal line here, but with less than a minute left to play, the Knights have to find a way to score. They have not been able to get out of their own half for the past minute and a half or so.
Yeah, it was something I was praising earlier on. They were doing such a nice job bringing the ball down, making that first attacker miss and break out of their own half, and it just got absolutely locked down here in this game 3. No chance.
Good play from Aleutian. Nice pass back, though. Gyro's looking for it. Atomic's got it out. Mist will look to put it back in one more time, see if he can set up a shot for his teammates, but the defense holds. Atomic and Memory double positioning on that wall, and it gives them a few options. They're able to get it to the back wall once more. Atomic back down and in. Mist and Reddles bump into each other. They got the clear, and Gyro's got boost. They should be able to hold on, but no contact. And with 10 seconds left, this game is all but over. Illusion dribbles it past one more. Mist tries, and Memory dumps it onto the backboard again. The time will expire before 2 goals can happen. Ghost Gaming going to take a second game here, get themselves the match point.
And it really did start off with that just beautiful pass from Memory. And again, you were talking about it, that the backboard defense, the expectation of where the ball is going to end up. And Memory just doing such a great job subverting those expectations to open up the scoring at about the 3.5-minute mark. Just a great play for Ghost. And from then on, after they scored that first goal, the Knights, I mean, they came up with 7 shots out of nowhere. I don't even know where they happened.
I mean, the scoreboard says it all. 13 shots from Ghost, 10 saves from the Knights, 6 for Mist. He had a wonderful game on defense, but you don't want to be having that sort of game on defense. You want to have just the few here and there for the few that slips through. The fact that 10 saves indicates they were completely suffocated in the midfield, and Mist was just doing the best he could to keep the stat line from getting out of control. So far, we have had just shutouts. No game has both teams scored. We've had a 1-0, a 2-0, and a 2-0. So we'll see if both teams can get the offense going in the same game. Right now, Ghost, though, 1 game away, securing their first win here in Week 1.
And if you're Ghost, watch, rinse, repeat. You had wonderful aggression out of the midfield. You won a lot of the challenges. You shut down a lot of those great first touches that the Knights were having in games 1 and 2 to break out of their own half. So the ball's totally in the Knights' court. You need to come up with something.
Well, and then we talked about this. We were talking about this before, that like the situation here is the decisiveness of RLCS players. The Pittsburgh Knights having to face off against this level of competition in a league play format for the first time ever. And what I do see happening here is just those moments of hesitation from Reddles being like, oh, should I go for this? I don't know. Should I think about the boot? Should I go for the ball? And Ghost says, thank you very much. We'll take that. And the midfield is where I feel like the Knights are struggling the most right now. They're able to clear just fine, but it's what they do right after they clear where things are falling apart.
Well, we'll see what the Knights muster up here in Game 4. And It starts off, Memory almost got a ground pinch.
He got it through, too. Just the defense held. Now Atomic looking for one more play. Gets 2 defenders out of it, though. Memory will put it in as the last one couldn't quite get up in there. Atomic, a threat that the Knights not quite able to deal with right now.
Yep, nice pass in the middle, and it's that pressure again. Some uncharacteristic panic from the Knights coming out of their own goal, double committing. One of them had a strong clear, one of them trying to take it to the corner, and it's just a misunderstanding of what they want to accomplish.
There have been numerous double commits every game so far, and many times the Knights are able to get enough power on the contact that it doesn't matter, but still, in moments like that, it does open up a lot of space for these RLCS veterans to put it on target. Pitch to the far side, Ghost with the early lead. Mist trying to put in a goal and get us tied up here. This is our first game with both offenses going. Memory threw another one. 2 defenders here. Do they properly sort this out? They do. Gyro goes first and leaves Mist alone in net. The next 50-50, very neutral. And now Mist with a clear downfield. Atomic's already there. Reddles is underneath him right now, which leaves just Gyro. He'll get it through 1. Can he get it through 2 here? Now he'll neutralize it a bit. Now Reddles up. Gyro, does he have enough boost? I don't think so. Atomic slows it down again. Mist needs to move in, but instead kind of goes the middle ground, the no man's land, and just barely manages to run enough interference to keep that second goal out.
It was actually excellent decision-making from Atomic there. He was considering going for a really aggressive push to block that play from Reddles, and he just decided, you know what, let him take a shot, and then he almost turned it into a goal back the other way.
For the air carry. Gyro bumps him off it, and Atomic's right there to pick it up. What a team play. Picking up each other's slack, and 2-0 now for Ghost.
First off, great touch from Atomic here to get it through. Or from Illusion to get it through, and Atomic just excellent read off the corner. Knew as soon as that ball popped away from that challenge where it was going to end up, and that's just the experience of being a top-level player for a long time. You make those reads so quick.
3:20 on the clock. Knights needing to find a way onto the board. As this has become more and more a Ghost series, missed shot is good, but Illusion's got it out of net. Not enough power, not enough height to make it difficult for the defender. A demolition onto the goalie could open up some space. Atomic doesn't quite make Conley. He makes it back to the corner here. Can they find the pass? Mist gets it around, but Illusion's there. Reddles is looking for the read, but Atomic's there to create confusion. It's not going to work, and now he connects with Memory. The passing from Ghost is just lights out right now, as Gyro will look for Reddles on the far side. It beats Atomic. It's onto the backboard. Nobody's really home right now, but lots of space being given by the Knights here, respecting the corner play of Ghost. With 2:40 left to go, they've got to find a goal as Memory beats him once more all the way down the field. Gyro just has to tuck it off to the side.
And a lot of space here again, and it's just the difference of timing. Because how the Knights were successful in Montreal, it was they drive out to the midfield before they had really secured possession, or even drive all the way down to the opposite end to take away the opposition's corner boost. And here is just a bad pass from Ghost, and Reynolds eats it up.
What a punish there, 59 miles per hour. He slams that one. Atomic, you're right, and a bit of a double commit too, just leaving the goal wide open. And for the first time, we finally have both teams on the board.
There we go.
Plenty of time for the Knights to tie this one back up.
It's a big mistake to allow the Knights back into this game. You had a comfortable lead, so a breakdown in communication, some misexecution cost them a comfortable lead, and now the pressure is a little bit on Ghost. You got to make sure you hang on to this. You know the Knights are a quality team and can score some great goals, and now you've just made it harder on yourself.
Lots of space given by the Knights here. Gyro pinches that one off the wall. Now Illusion back in, upper 90. Nice placement. Ghost is holding on just fine. And you gotta wonder, they don't press the advantage they had. Gyro there was a pass off the backboard to him in the midfield, but he was all the way back in his own corner.
Well, it's a tough one to deal with because it all started with that first touch, the memory flick towards the wall, and that's because one of the players got caught too far forward, wasn't respecting that the long car potential, and it got put over his head, so it was much tougher to deal with, and that was just great execution from Illusion on the follow-up.
2-goal game for the Knights again. Nice setup from Gyro. But he wasn't able to get enough distance from the wall. The defense move in, close the gap. Reynolds hesitating, trying to bait in multiple players. He'll get it behind two, but it's not to anybody, and Atomic's able to adjust. And now a bump on the goalie as well. Gyro off the ceiling, has the flip, but not going to work as Illusion sends it off to the side. They're continuing to pressure these goalies, but now nobody home in the backfield here. There's a pass outward, nice rotation in. The Knights keep it at 2 goals. It's a minute and 20, though. They've got to get back on offense. Open net right now as Gyros just tries to beat Illusion. Illusion's too fast for him.
Knights having to take so many risks because they know time is ticking down and they're willing to play so aggressive, and it allows the open net. You hinted at it, and it happened again.
Well, back around the other side. I love Atomic's decision here. I'm just going to flip in the way. The one defender that's rotating in has no idea how to read this, and that ball just goes all the way in. 4-1 for Ghost as they look to start their season off in style. The clean victory.
And you could see he missed. I mean, he went aggressive for that challenge. They need to put in 2 goals in a minute. You got to be willing to take risks, and that's what happens when you let the game get away from you a little bit. That's what that 2-goal lead does. Forces the opposition to make more and more aggressive decisions. And if you're ready for it, you're going to capitalize on it and turn it into an even bigger lead, and that's what Ghost have done here in Game 4.
Reynolds out, Gyro airborne, Memory out towards Atomic with 45 seconds left. The game all but over at this point. As the flick past one, now the pass back to Illusion. Atomic answering lots of questions people had. How would he play? And with that first mistake that gave over the goal, my brain goes to kind of a Fruity situation. Early seasons where Fruity really struggled to close out a series. Is that going to be a symptom Atomic deals with too? Doesn't look like it at this point, as they have been able to clean this one out very well. 18 seconds left. And the Knights, they start their season with a doubleheader, so this is the first match of the day. They'll play again Rogue 2 matches later against Rogue. They'll have another chance to redeem themselves there. We'll see if a little bit of tape review and time to regather their wits in a new opponent brings out a different outcome. But this one, all Ghost in our first series of Season 8.
Oh, and they get one more. Oh no!
Denied.
The bar down and out. You hate to see it, but Ghost, they will not start 0-2. They get a W.